the stage, what was going through your mind?
I was like, you picked me? Like, I was so happy, honestly. Like,
Wow.
I wasn't thinking of anything
so
negative, anything bad, or I'd go up there and do something that would obviously, you know, but I was really, really happy. Like, I was just so excited. I was like, I'm on stage with MLA. Like, this is what I wanted. So yeah.
Yeah, we could all see that you were very excited. I mean, if it was me and Usher,
Literally Cinderella.
we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'd be in the same position as you. So when you got on stage and, you know, you were dancing with Omah, and obviously when you went behind the screen and everything, did you at any point think,
Cinderella.
oh, my man's in the audience actually, maybe let me relax a little bit? Did that ever occur to you?
If I'm being honest.
That's a no. That's a no. That hesitation says everything.
Relax a little bit. Did that ever occur to you?
If I'm being honest, no.
Okay.
I knew he was in the crowd, obviously. Like, I know he's there. But before we got up the stairs, obviously he asked me what my name was, and I just did my little like dance. I obviously thought that was it. So I didn't think of it as much about him being offended in the crowd or anything.
Okay. When you went to the top of the stairs and the screen came down, what was going through your minds at that point?
From what I remember, like I said prior, I was just really happy and excited. And he's done something similar at his previous show, but obviously that was with a professional dancer. Okay. So I wouldn't expect him to do that with a fan. But obviously when those curtains like dropped, I just thought to myself, I was like, oh, is this like the same performance that he did at his last show? So... yeah,
wow, because she was moving like a professional.
You mentioned that you've seen previous concerts from Omah, and this is something that he has done before. So at that point, did you feel any pressure to overperform, to show them that you're that girl? You know?
I kind of did because
what
there was
pressure,
a lot
bro?
of people, a lot of cameras,
Like,
and I knew if I walk off the stage, people would tell me, "Oh, you ruined the show. You did this, you did that." So I just thought, okay.
What? Like, what the hell? You're just a fan that got called on stage. Why is she moving like she's auditioning, like she's on Shake It Up or something? Like, no one was judging how well. She didn't have to do that well, bro. Like, that's what made it worse. She didn't have to go in there and do that well.
I'm here now.
I'm here now, just dance. Like,
from one person to another, you did your thing, yeah? So that being said,
this interviewer is an enabler. She's an enabler. See this interview? She's an enabler, bro. She's an enabler.
There is a rumor going around. I'm not sure if you've heard that. When the screen came down, you and Omah did share a kiss.
We did not kiss. All he did was
she looks pissed about that as well. She looks vexed. Like,
just like kind of hugged me. So obviously because of like the shadow, it looked like we kissed, but no, we didn't.
After you danced with Omah on stage, was there any exchange of contact details, whether it's Instagram, phone number, email?
Don't lie.
No, his team did ask me to like stay, obviously, but because my boyfriend was in the crowd, I just...
Stay on stage?
No, like stay...
Backstage?
Backstage, yeah.
And you declined?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What the fuck? You might as well have gone backstage and just done the mad thing, because you already ripped up your contract with your boyfriend already, so you might as well have just followed through with it, you know, like that, chat.
So after the concert, Omah tweeted, well, allegedly tweeted about the fact that he asked you if you had a boyfriend. Is this real? Is this fake? Like, can you clarify?
Oh, it's definitely fake.
So he didn't ask you if you had a boyfriend. Did you guys actually have a conversation prior to you dancing?
We had a conversation after the dance. We spoke.
You and Omah?
Yeah.
Oh.
But that was on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was that conversation?
No, I was just really excited. I was just like, thank you, like, for letting me go on stage and stuff. Yeah, that was it.
What was the first conversation you had when you went back down into the audience with
your I'll pull up in a bit. What's he doing? He's still doing that roast me thing, yeah?
Boyfriend.
Even before I got to him, I already kind of felt a certain type of way. I just felt like I did something not wrong, but I knew he would probably be offended when I saw his face. So he wasn't really like speaking.
Really?
For the rest of the show, no.
Oh, okay. You said you felt some type of way. What was the way that you were feeling?
So as I was walking like through the crowd, there was this guy.
That walk of shame, fam. That's that walk of shame, bro. Big man to you.
And he was like to me, "Oh, is that your man?" And I was like, so that the way he said it, I just thought, I wouldn't want anyone to speak about him in that way or to me. Like, what do you mean, oh, is that your man? So immediately, I was like, oh, shit, like.
So you basically came from a high And you felt low at that point because of what the person had said.
And then obviously I saw his face and then I was just like, oh, yeah.
In a video that had surfaced online, we can see him walking away. Did you guys go home together? You said you didn't have a conversation in the audience. Did you speak at any point on that night?
Of course we did. Like, we went home together. In the video, it looked like he was walking away from me. But we was walking together. A group of girls just stopped me and just said, oh, like, you did your thing, like, you did. And obviously he wasn't trying to hear that. So he just walked off. But he was waiting for me at the end of the road. So obviously the person that was recording didn't get that.
Also, he didn't actually leave you. They went home together. Wow. They went home together.
But he was waiting for me.
So I want to go back to a previous question that we spoke about. You said that you going on stage, he was totally okay with it. You've already had that conversation, so you were confident to go on stage.
Yeah.
And when you've come off stage, he's visibly upset. So do you think that he was influenced by the audience and their reaction?
100%.
Okay.
Because he was recording himself. And then in the video, there was girls around us, and they were just looking at him and recording him. And obviously, that's going to make him feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But before that, he was recording, so.
I'm going to ask this question, and I want you to answer as liberally as you can. Would you say that you respected him as your boyfriend?
Hey.
And the reason why I'm going to ask,
that silence is heartbreaking, bro.
This question is because there's been a lot of conversation about if that's your boyfriend, for you to go on stage.
1 second.
And this is something that I myself have thought, if for you to go on stage while your boyfriend's there, that's not something that a lot of people would see as respectful. Talk us through that.
Yeah. I do, and I did respect him a lot, but I know the way I danced on stage might have looked like I don't respect him.
Might have.
But I have a lot of respect for him, but I do understand why people would think what I did was disrespectful.
Did you speak about it as a couple after? What was that conversation like?
I don't want to speak about that.
Okay, it was a private.
Yeah, that's how you know it went left. Still, it went left.
Yeah, it's a private conversation.
Okay. If the tables were turned, do you think there would be this much outrage if he had gotten on stage and danced with Jada Kingdom?
Yeah, we've literally spoke about that before. He was like, "Oh, what if Ira Star calls me on stage?" And I was like, "Go, like, do your thing." Just because you go on stage, it doesn't mean there's anything between you and the artist. So, like, it's cool. Like, I wouldn't have an issue with that, no.
And do you think that you would have felt a type of way depending on the audience and your surrounding?
I wouldn't feel a certain type of way, but obviously if people are recording you, because they're invading your privacy, you don't just record people, I would feel uncomfortable. But not with him being on stage, but with the fact that people are just trying to make it look like it's wrong.
Painting a different story.
Yes.
Okay. When did you actually notice that you had gone viral?
So on the night, like literally immediately after the concert, I saw myself on TikTok and I was like, oh, that was quick. Like, but that was just a clip of me dancing. Like, he wasn't in that video. And there was like a lot of positive comments. Like, a lot of girls were saying, oh, I wish that was me, you did your things. I was okay with it because there wasn't like any hate or anything.
What was going through your mind then when you had seen it actually blow up on Shade Borough? It's made it to the Shade Room at one point. How were you feeling?
It was a lot because there's only so much someone can take, and for you to like see yourself all over social media in a negative way, it did affect my mental health because everyone had like lots of opinions and stuff, but I had my friends and family around, so they were like really supportive.
How did they react to this situation?
That's what I want to know. She's Nigerian. I want to know how her parents and that felt.
With my friends, because I called them straight away. I even called them like when it happened, and they did say, oh, maybe like you shouldn't have danced the way you did. And I understood because at the time I did feel very bad for him. But then after it got out of hand, we just said like it's not that serious. Like I shouldn't be getting this amount of hate. And with my family,
of course, that's true.
They're very supportive. I actually thought they'd be like angry at me or they'd like, you know, but they were like, it's just a dance.
Yeah.
Like, you're young. Enjoy
I'm not gonna lie,
yourself.
that was more than just a
I want
dance.
to be
That was personal.
you to be very candid in this moment about how it made you feel.
I was really confused, and I'm not gonna lie, in that moment, all I cared about was what he thinks of me. And he did tell me what he thinks of me, like complete opposite to what people are saying. But because there was just so much that was said, I didn't know what to do with all of that. So it was like really, really bad.
It was a lot. And how are you doing now?
I'm okay. I'm not gonna let that get to me, like, because if I do good or bad, people are gonna speak regardless.
So there have been a few rumors going around, one of many, that this was a staged thing. I don't know how
Come
it
on,
could be
man, that's
staged,
cap. How
but
could it be
there
staged?
have been allegations that it's staged. Can you talk us through that, shed light?
I get why people would say that, because I know for a fact some people, if you went on stage, you probably wouldn't know like what to do or how to dance. So I get why people would say that, but no, it wasn't staged.
So you're just a natural bad bee dancer.
Like if I need to go with the flow, I'll go with the flow.
Yeah,
like,
period.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so the next part that we're going to get into, a lot of people know about Cenat, who is a YouTuber, big YouTuber, American streamer, and he has a way of getting quite a lot of people on his show, and you know, you get great exposure if you go on into his show. And he reached out to you and asked, would you be willing to come on, have a conversation about the events of that night? To which you proceeded to respond, no, if I will come on, however, I'm going to need compensation. How did we get there?
I wonder if she
When
got
he
paid to do this
messaged me,
interview.
first of all, I was like, this is actually Cenat, because why would you message me? Like, I don't know how much I was actually trending, because at the time I wasn't really using my phone as much. I didn't want to see all the hate and stuff. So when I opened my DMs and I saw that he messaged me, I was like, this is good. Like, this has to be, you know. So what I did was I spoke to my friends and my family. And for me to go on anyone's live stream, I don't really... And at the time, I wasn't thinking about exposure and stuff. I just thought, because I'm trending, I'm not going to go on your live stream for free. Like, I'm not going to do that.
I hear it, though. I'm not gonna lie to you, I hear that, bro. Like everyone got onto it for asking Cenat for bread, bro. I hear that, bro. I'll be honest, I don't see why people got onto it. Man, I say she's gonna get exposure. Who says she even wants exposure, though, bro? You know, like that. Everyone ain't trying to blow, bro. Some people just want bread and will just want to make money on ghosts. You know, like that, bro. Me personally, I don't feel like I even watched Cenat's reaction when like he read out a message, and I don't really understand why Kai made such a big deal about asking her for bread, because you gave my man 20k. You get me? So I don't get why. And she wasn't even gonna ask for a mad thing as well. Like she was probably gonna ask for like less than a rack, bro. Kai doesn't pay people to come on stream. Obviously, but I hear that in it. But at the same time, though, like, oh well, bro. Like I still don't get like why everyone made it seem like she's bare dumb for asking for bread. I don't get it. I'll be real.
Was this from advice that you had gotten, or just an internal thing?
Both.
Okay. And obviously, when you responded and said you needed compensation, he was like, the audacity, how dare you, sort of thing, and proceeded to, well, from what we know, proceeded to reach out to your boyfriend. Can you talk us through that, the timeline of how that went?
After he replied with compensation, ? He actually rang me. So he video called me twice. But I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he told me to not answer the phone. So
wait, what?
He video called me with compensation ?
Timeline of how that went.
After he replied with compensation ? He actually rang me. So he video called me twice. But I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he told me to not answer the phone. So.
What the fuck?
Wait a minute.
So
you
they were
was
still together?
with your boyfriend, and he told you not to answer Cenat's call.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He just said, oh, like, I should focus on my mental health and, like, delete everything, like, delete all my DMs and stuff.
And
wait, what? That is confusing. So at that point, they were still together. Wait, what?
Clarify what day this happened on.
I think it was, like, 3 days after the concert.
So, like a Wednesday.
Chad, do you think she's capping?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. So, your boyfriend said to you, don't answer the call, focus on your mental health.
So they were still together?
So how did we go from focusing on your mental health to him now being on Kai Cenat's live stream show?
I don't even know.
Okay.
What you mean? Wait, what does she mean she don't know? Chat, this is not adding up, bro. I'm trying to do the Pythagoras theorem. I'm trying to do the division, the mob. I'm trying to do the mathematics, bro. And it's just not adding up, bro. My calculator is saying NA, bro. Chat, where's my whiteboard, bro? I'm trying to do the maths and the maths is just not adding up, bro.
What was the status of you lot's relationship at this point?
We were still speaking.
But you weren't together?
We were.
You were still together?
What? Nah, let's read it. Let me read it.
Okay. What was the status of you lot's relationship at this point?
We were still speaking.
But you weren't together?
We were.
You were still together?
Yeah.
When he told you not to answer Kai Cenat's call?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the time he told you not to answer the call and then him going onto Kai Cenat's stream, how long was that? Was it a day
hours.
or two? Sorry?
A couple hours.
Okay.
Also, he got a DM from Kai Cenat and then left her. No.
How did we get there? Can you elaborate? What happened?
I don't even know what happened. Like, all I know was he told me to not go on it and I should focus on my mental health. The next day, well, it was already the next day because it was like maybe like 2 a.m. We were still speaking and then all of a sudden he's on Kai Cenat's live stream. I was like...
When you say, because I just need to make sure that
Wait, what? I'm not gonna lie, chat. This is not adding up, bro.
we are clear.
Yeah.
You are saying we're still speaking. That means a lot of things. Were you still boyfriend and girlfriend?
We never broke up. We never we never actually broke up.
Even now?
I don't want to answer that part.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm not understanding, bro. I actually don't understand this. I don't understand.
I'm going to probe you here. Why don't you want to answer?
Because it's private. I think that's something me and him should keep private, whether we are together or not.
I understand.
That doesn't make no sense, bro. That doesn't make no sense. So you're telling me that when he went on that Kai Cenat stream, we lot were together. Chat, my brain is baffled, bro.
But for me, for you to say that this is private in terms of the status of your relationship, it then kind of goes back to it being, is this staged? Is this for content? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if he's told you not to go onto Kai Cenat's live stream and then a couple hours gone on, and now he's getting a lot of benefits which we're gonna touch on, and you don't want to clarify if you're together or not, it's a bit, where do you guys stand? Are we angry at the right person? Because everybody's angry at you right now because you're the girl who has scorned this oh so innocent man. But now you're saying it wasn't actually like that and you don't want to divulge if you're in a relationship or not.
I think she's trying to make him look like the villain. I think that's what she's trying to do. I don't believe her still. I don't believe her. See, woman, chat. I be trying to tell you about woman, bro. Hey.
Where's the thought process on that?
We're not speaking right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not speaking right now, but the relationship status is still question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously,
what?
from him going onto the live stream, how did you feel about that? Because he has gotten a lot of opportunities from that. From our numbers, he had, let me double check, 400 followers, and he now sits at 88,000 followers. He has done a
more than
Morley's
me.
advert. Apparently, he's getting a lot of brand deals. How does that make you feel, especially because he told you not to go on?
I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy for him because I know this is something he's not always wanted, but it's something that I know he could do because he's got he can do it. Like, I know what he can do. But the way he's gone about it was unnecessary because whether you go on the live stream or not, I wouldn't have had an issue with it anyway. So he didn't have to go about it in that way because you just kind of betraying the people that you still claim that you love.
So she's saying that he was still saying that he loved her even after the matter. No.
Do you think that he had people in his ear telling him what to do?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm going to go back to...
And those people are called real niggas, bro. They're called real flipping niggas, bro. You had the man them GC were onto him.
a question that I said before, in terms of him going on Kai Cenat's live stream, despite him telling you not to go on, do you feel like it was like a lick back type situation?
Yeah, part of me does, but that's
GBG
just
shit.
scary because I've been speaking to him before and I was with him. So not once did I ever feel like he was gonna do that. Like, and like I said, he could have told me, and I still wouldn't
So what she's saying is, after the matting happened, they were still together. He was still saying that he loved her, yeah. And then when Cenat reached out, he told her to air him and just focus on yourself, yeah. And then next thing you know, Cenat reached out to him, and he's not told her. And then next thing you know, she just sees him on a live stream, and then ever since then they're not spoke. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. If that's true, that is a madness. I don't even know how to feel about that.
Find an issue with it.
Is this a forgivable offense for you?
Chat, Broski might actually be Jose Mourinho live in the flesh. I can't lie. That is that's the evil genius right there.
No.
Fair enough. Do you regret not going on Cenat's live stream?
Yeah.
I don't regret it, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it just shows me what he's capable of.
Who? Cenat or
No,
your,
him.
your
Yeah.
question mark?
Yeah.
If you could change anything, would you have gone on? Would you have said, you know what? Yeah, I don't need the compensation. Let me speak my truth.
Yeah, because I was going to answer, like, I was going to call him back, but obviously he was there and he was just, like, not with it. So anything he wasn't with, like, anything he didn't want to do, I wasn't going to do.
Did you seek any advice about going on, or was it just in that moment you made the decision with your question mark boyfriend?
So in that moment, because my friends were around as well, they weren't, like, with us, but I said, oh, let me just quickly go ask my friends. And he said there's no point, like, he said just don't go on it. So I didn't end up going on it.
Okay. When your
She sounds hurt.
mark boyfriend went onto the Cenat live stream and Cenat set up this dating situation.
Okay, so now it makes sense why Broski was moving like. I'm not gonna lie, now it kind of makes sense, yeah. Wow, Broski was moving like that on the live stream, moving bare nervous. He acting like he didn't, like he wasn't supposed to be there. Now it's making sense, Jim.
Versus 1. How did that make you feel, seeing as you mentioned earlier that you guys hadn't actually broken up?
I was really offended because I wasn't expecting that. I just felt really disrespected, but obviously he felt disrespected with what I did. But for you to go on the live stream while you was just with me on the whole like dating show or 20 versus 1, like it was just.
I won't lie, that's crazy. That's
Opportunity,
crazy, guys.
So.
And did you guys have a conversation about that after?
No.
You never spoke about it?
No.
Wow, okay. Did he apologize? Did he message you? Did you just left it?
Just left it.
Wow. One thing that you've been consistent with throughout this conversation is about how you made him feel and how he was disrespected, and you felt like you had done something to him. But him going onto Cenat's live stream and doing a dating game when you hadn't actually broken up feels very vindictive, and like he's purposely gone out of his way to hurt you. I know you said you felt disrespected, but how did we go from A to Z? From 1 minute you're telling me to focus on my mental health, and then the next minute you're going on a dating show when we're still, you mentioned you were still together at that point. Can you kind of talk us through that?
I feel like he didn't actually care about how that would make me feel. I don't think he was even thinking about me, because if you was, you would have told me before. Because I'm not gonna say no.
Kind of like the maddest thing for me, the fact that they were still together after the mad thing that happened. But bro, so my man got a DM from Cenat and he was gone. Nah, that is funny. I can't lie. That's actually too funny, bro. Wait, that is too funny. The minute bro saw the DM from Cenat, he was gone still. I hear it though, man. I hear it.
Don't go on the live stream. Like, I wouldn't have an issue with it. But he didn't say anything. He just ended up on the live stream with 20 different girls, and I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt. But
he does not have to think of her after what she did. Yeah, obviously, but at the same time though, like, why was he even still together in the first place? That's what I don't get. I don't get it.
I know he doesn't care.
Yeah, because it's very clear that when you went on stage with Omah, you said that you had a conversation prior with him about, and he said if I went on stage with what's her name? Ira Star, that you would be okay with it, but this felt very intentional.
Yeah, very intentional.
We spoke a bit earlier and you mentioned that you don't feel like it was a mistake. You don't regret going on stage at any point. Do you still stand by that?
I don't regret going on stage. However, what I do regret is how that made him feel, because no one wants to be in a crowd and feel like publicly humiliated and stuff. Like, I don't blame him for how like he felt. So, but I don't regret going on stage when we've had that conversation before. So no.
But to be fair though, if she's saying they had that conversation, then it's kind of my man's fault. I'm not gonna lie, because she actually told you what she's on, and you still went to the concert with her, and you still stood in the front row. Like, my man has to take some accountability. I can't lie.
Just kind of pick your brain. You going on stage with an artist, how would it have been in a respect? How could you have done it in a respectful way where he wouldn't have felt attacked?
I like this interview.
Obviously, I would
her.
have danced differently. However, there was
What the fuck? What do you mean dance differently?
a lot of pressure because I have seen his previous performance.
Pressure on who? To do what?
So I just thought, like I said, I had to dance the same way, basically.
If this were to happen tomorrow, knowing everything you know now, and you went to the concert tomorrow, Omah pointed at you, and you would still do it again. That's what you said, right? And you don't regret going on stage, but you regret how it made your boyfriend feel. So if that's the case, what led you to make an apology video? Did you feel pressured by the social media, what people were saying, the fact that people were getting onto you? Is that what made you want to apologize?
The reason why I apologized is because I did publicly humiliate him. He felt embarrassed. So that's why I wanted to make an apology publicly. But that wasn't the point of the video. Yeah.
In one of your videos, you mentioned
I don't
that
think you can
everybody
keep it
needs
going
to
to
heal
Cinderella
and move on. What did you mean by that?
Let's be real, if everyone's mistakes were recorded,
That part.
where would we all be at?
Yeah.
So that's why I think everyone
That's
should
a
just
fair
heal,
point.
move on. It's happened. I can't
Yeah, but the fact you're saying it's a mistake, but then you're saying you don't regret it, but then you're apologizing, it's all just confused. I can't lie, it's all confusing. But oh well, though, man. Oh, it's not that deep.
back and change it. I did what I did. He felt how he felt, but people should just move on from it.
Have you healed? Have you moved on?
From the situation, like the concert, yeah, I've moved on a long time ago. But with how he felt, no.
Is this a situation that you guys can come back from? Can we see you guys in a few months holding hands, walking down the River Thames? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Okay. There's a narrative out there about you right now that, you know, you're bad mind, you're disrespectful, you didn't rate him, you went out of your way to intentionally hurt him, which you've clarified you didn't. So is there anything that you want to say to people to just be like, listen, we had a conversation, it wasn't that X, Y, Z?
Yeah, we did have a conversation, and he knows my character. Like, nobody else that's speaking actually knows me. Like, he knows me. He knows me. He knows my character. He knows how respectful I am towards him as well. He can't, like, deny that. I just want to put that out there, that he doesn't think of me the way people think of me.
But is that
Well, he
before,
clearly
though?
does.
Because it seems as though, like you mentioned earlier, that he has been heavily influenced.
He has been, yeah.
So do you feel like his perspective of you has changed?
No,
You still think he thinks of you?
he does think of me the same.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. What I've gathered through the course of this conversation is your need and desire to protect him. You keep saying you disrespected him and you made him feel some type of way. But let's talk about how you feel and how you've been disrespected. I want you to realize and understand that your feelings are very much valid in this situation, and it's not just about him. How do you feel about this?
I feel very hurt. I'm angry as well, because you don't do that to someone. Like, you don't. And I did say before, there's other ways he could have gone about it, but he's hurt me in the past. Like, he knows what I did was not on purpose. I'd never intentionally hurt him or make him feel any type of way. And that's why I'm so hurt, because of how I've made him feel. But it seems like he doesn't care about how I feel. He doesn't care what I'm doing. He doesn't care how I'm dealing with the hate. He knows the hate I'm getting. He's been seeing it, you know. And for him to even add me to his little ad video that he did is very disrespectful. Like, and I'm just hurt. I'm just really, really hurt. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Aww.
I'm sorry you're going through that. I really do feel for you. I feel like, obviously, you've been mentioning that he was disrespected, and because he was disrespected publicly, it doesn't take away from the fact that you've been disrespected publicly as well, essentially. Speak to me about how you would have liked this situation to be handled differently on his part.
Kala, I'm bored now, but I can like big up that interview. Whoever that interview is, she's actually sick, so you're on a good job. On a good job, but yeah, though, chat, man. I reckon I'm done, though, man.